We are going live tonight.
And we will record.
Hey! Welcome
To
to Spicy Girls on Sports. No, what we've had to do tonight to get this whole entire episode to you. It's been a test. It means that we love you. Welcome you all to Spicy Girls on Sports.
Game Time Lynette.
And I am Denise, Beauty on a Dime,
And you can find us on Instagram,
Amazon,
Spotify,
YouTube,
Apple.
and any other platforms that are linked to Buzzsprouts.
Yes. So check us out.
You all, we are going to hop right into it.
Yes, let's do that.
Okay, are you hydrated, Lynette?
I am. It's kind of hot here in Vegas, but we're surviving and thriving.
You all, there's so much coming out of the NFL.
That is correct. We know it's off season, but it's still making a lot of news.
You all, it is popping. It is, what is it? A fried egg?
I was going to say hot grease.
That's right.
Chicken and the hot grease.
And I've heard the term of the fish and hot grease.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so it is all of that. And I think where we need to jump off into that hot grease begins and ends probably most notably from Brandon Sorsby.
Yeah, Brandon's been going through, but it's of his own making.
Very true. So for you all who don't recall from our last episode, he was awaiting the NFL to let him know whether or not they were going to do a supplemental draft.
And the NFL said no.
That's right.
They denied that supplemental draft.
The terms that they said is, number one, they have not held one in the past 3 years.
Correct.
And to do so on his behalf would almost be like rewarding him.
Yes, and he was the only one who filed for that supplemental draft.
Exactly.
So it wasn't like there's other people waiting to get in. It was only him.
So he turned around and his lawyers on his behalf, I cannot remember his lawyer's name. However, what I can remember is that his attorney has been involved with suing the NFL on multiple occasions.
Well, that's his forte.
Oh, that's right. It's Jeffrey Kessler. And Jeffrey Kessler says that the NFL's decision to not hold a supplemental draft was a violation of the league's collective bargaining agreement.
And therefore, they pursued further legal action.
I remember we just chatted back and forth when we read this information about how in the world the NFLPA could represent Sorsby.
And he was not in the NFL yet.
But a pathway for the NFLPA is to
represent
the issues that would befall a potential player coming into the league. So
Yes.
ever before you arrive, they do have some coverage.
So with that being said, Brandon and the NFL and the NFLPA, they reached a settlement agreement.
Which happened just within the last 24 hours.
And that's going to ensure that he will sit out 2026. He will enter the draft in 2027. In exchange for that, he will abandon any other legal actions.
Because his lawyers had submitted paperwork.
But the biggie part of that is with that, he won't face any additional discipline.
True.
Because coming in with him betting again on his own team, it could have been
on 4 teams.
Correct. That could
On
have
4
been
teams.
a personal conduct violation.
Ever before he arrived within the NFL,
Yes.
because again, some of the actions that you had prior to coming into the NFL, it would impact
Your draft status.
exactly. So that's why there was the potential for him to get suspension of games once arriving at the NFL. And now he has avoided that particular issue.
So I think that was probably the bigger part of is that he won't face discipline. That's why he's willing to sit out an entire year.
Oh, and one other point, just so you all know, he can participate in a bowl. So at the collegiate level, yes, I heard that today as well. Although he may not play on a team, he is eligible for a bowl game because that's outside of the regular college schedule. Exactly.
And that will move up his draft value.
You are so very right. It moves it up as long as he produces well in that particular bowl game. And I guess he would be playing on behalf of Texas Tech, seeing how that's the last team he was associated with?
I would think so, but one thing that I didn't see addressed, how will that affect his NIL money?
In regards to this?
This year. Because didn't he have NIL money coming to him?
He did, but this is my thought. NIL actually applies its name, image, and likeness, correct?
Correct.
So there are players now at not the elementary, but at the junior college level and high school level who are getting NIL money. So as long as someone's willing to bet on him in regards to NIL,
correct,
he can make money.
So do you think they will be willing to?
No, honestly, what entity, what corporation will go ahead and back him before being an NFL player and not being currently a NCAA player?
That's something to look into.
But it's a very good question, you all. Who will do that?
Because inquiring minds want to know.
You know what?
What
sales?
Because sitting out this full year could really cost him a lot of money.
Definitely. You know what? If I were him and I were a part of his team, Lynette, I would encourage his group, his team, to seek out a promo for Gambling's Anonymous.
Good idea.
That's what I would do, because if he does Gamblers Anonymous, then it is demonstrating how he truly does.
He's remorseful.
Exactly. He's laying himself on the ground saying, and mea culpa, my bad, mea culpa, and I'm turning over a new leaf, and it begins with being a part of a group to help me not gamble.
And he could also speak to other college students and football players. All of that would show goodwill.
Exactly.
Look, we laid out a plan for the young man.
We need to be consultants. You all need to give us jobs. So we have now solved his problem and how he can revamp his image. So what else do we have going on in the NFL?
Let's see here. Messy life.
We have where the hot topics meet hot takes.
Yes.
And that is a messy life.
So first up on the messy life list is Michael Irvin.
What happened with Mike?
A few years ago.
No, are you talking about when he met with Shannon?
When he met with Shannon.
Last September 2025.
He met with Shannon and did an interview about his wife. His wife has been diagnosed with dementia.
It is dementia. I'm not sure if it's Alzheimer's type, but it's early onset, so I do believe it is Alzheimer's.
And in that interview, he made it clear that he was standing by his wife's side, and he portrayed himself as like a faithful husband taking care of his wife.
Because she had weathered the storms with him back in the day when he was at the height of his career with Dallas. He got arrested for cocaine possession, and she stayed with him throughout the years.
And with that being said, there is now a mystery woman.
So how did the mystery woman come to be a mystery?
First of all, it was seen pictures with the mystery woman.
They attended Trump's birthday party. What is that called?
The wrestling.
Whatever that was that he held
was it a UFC event?
Yeah, something along those lines that was held on June the 14th for Trump's birthday.
And he attended with this mystery woman.
And they were dressed, we will drop that photo into this segment. They were coordinated, you all, from head to toe.
So it was clear that they were together. And obviously a couple.
He was guiding her along. There was no way that it could be anything but.
It was more than a business relationship.
There you go. Correct.
Oh, okay. Yes. It was not a business relationship. It had to be more going on.
Most definitely.
And it has people up in arms because Michael wasn't transparent. And it reminded us of a relationship that was similar with B. Smith, who was a restaurateur and a model.
Out of New York, and she just died within the last 5 years.
Yes.
During a little bit before the pandemic, I believe.
And there was an interview done on her with her family, mainly her husband. And
I remember that.
And he had a new girlfriend, but he was very transparent. He talked about the relationship and how him and his new girlfriend helped to take care of B. Smith.
Exactly.
And the children were aware of it, and he was just very open about the whole entire relationship.
And during that interview, I remember that one of the segments included him, and the lady in his life demonstrating how they all were friends, because B at that point or that stage of her illness simply believed him to be a good friend.
Yes. And the problem with Michael is he want to share that
and mention that part, which I believe would have been...
It'll alleviate a lot of the speculation.
It definitely would have.
And because he wasn't transparent,
it makes it all look shady when it didn't have to be. It didn't have to be at all. He totally, in my opinion, had the perfect opportunity when he was talking with Shannon and he brought up his wife and everything that she was going through. That was his opportunity to insert. It could have been something so very simple as, because she doesn't know who I am, I've gone ahead and I'm living my life. I support her. I'm not going to divorce her, anything along those lines, but I am living a separate life. And no one would have batted an eye, because there are so many people out there who have dealt with a loved one in the end stages of dementia and Alzheimer's.
That is correct. And I believe he just should have been open.
Yeah, I totally agree.
When you're a public figure and you're going and doing interviews and things, it puts more of a burden on you to do those type of things. Just be honest.
It wasn't necessary to even bring up that aspect, but if you were, you didn't have to bring up the aspect of your wife, right? It was a sports interview. You don't have to bring up your private life. However, once you did, you need to be as transparent as possible at that point.
I agree. So what's our next hot topic?
We're shifting over to some more NFL players and the things that they shouldn't be doing.
Messy life?
Messy life. This one happens to do with Geno Smith.
Yes.
And the video that is a very short clip where a female is yelling at him. He's in his garage. Again, we'll drop a little clip. And he's walking away. He's walking into his garage, through the garage into the house. And she's continuing to tape and yell.
Yes, and therefore the police became involved.
Afterwards, I don't know.
It didn't have a timeline on there of how fast they got involved.
I would agree. It didn't make sense. We don't know from that video if anything was cut off. But the part that was very strange to me was that she starts running as if someone's running after her. But the last thing we saw was him.
That's why.
She coming here.
I came in there, I put 7 down, and I left. You ran outside and attacked me.
Unless, again,
This is crazy.
You came outside and attacked me.
My family.
I don't give a
That happened
about y'all.
before all the yelling. We don't know.
it was very up in
Press
the
pa-
air,
press
but
pause.
simply
This ain't a
based on
laugh.
the video that we saw and the sequence of the events, it doesn't make sense that she was yelling and running when who was after her?
And they had to believe it was something more to it, though, for it to be an open investigation.
Yeah.
Because they didn't close it right away. Initially, it said it was closed, but then they said, oh, no, it's an open investigation. So there has to be more that we don't know about or we haven't seen yet. Can't wait for that to come out.
We will be tracking it for you.
As we always do.
Because that's what we do. We are spicy girls and we like to not only share what's going on the field, but what's going on within the field.
We are spicy girls.
So let's shift on over to the summer sport.
How about baseball?
That's right, the MLB. If you don't know, I'm sharing with you, Lynette, there's a possibility there's going to be a strike within Major League Baseball. and it probably will happen sooner versus later.
Do you think it'll be after the All-Star game? Or
I think it probably is going to occur before, because the owners are trying to push for a salary cap. And within Major League Baseball, that's the only sport that has no salary cap.
which is why New York and San Diego usually has great teams, and the smaller markets struggle much more.
But they struggle in regards to attendance. However, they don't struggle in regards to money, because the one thing that occurs within the MLB is the money has to be distributed across the league.
I was thinking the quality of the players that sometimes
that they're able to get,
because the teams with more money get the better players.
I don't disagree with you. What I will say is, if you're pulling in a lot of money, let's say New York, right? The Yankees
Correct.
are known worldwide. The Dodgers are known worldwide. So you're pulling in lots of money, and for example,
Shohei Ohtani.
Exactly. He's got one of the bigger contracts, but he's bringing in all of the money.
And he's bringing in a lot of fans to the game.
Internationally, he's known worldwide. Japan is super excited for him to play every game, and they are big Dodger fans because that's who he plays for.
It's very interesting. A lot of the baseball players are from other countries.
Baseball has really changed throughout the years. If you all ever have opportunity to make it to Kansas City, make sure to go to the Negro League Baseball Museum.
It's amazing to see.
It is amazing to see the roots of baseball and how it aligns with African American players.
And that's when the Chiefs rookies came in, they took them to the Negro League Baseball. It's you should go if you get there.
You will really love it. My family had a family reunion one year, and that's one of the places that we went. We did a little tour.
We did too.
Yeah.
Our family reunion.
Years ago.
Good place to go.
All right, you all. So keep an eye on it. Don't be surprised if all of a sudden the MLB just shuts down. And we definitely will be keeping an eye out on it.
Although I can say I still love the Royals, but they haven't been doing great this year.
Let me ask, I forgot the most important question, Lynette. Who do you support? Which side?
I can see both sides.
Oh.
I can see the bigger markets saying, but we're bringing in more money. But also, some of the smaller markets would probably, because it just keeps the playing field more even with the salary caps, just like how football or even basketball, you might get winners from different markets. Therefore, the Knicks ended up having to wait 53 years because even though they might be bringing in the most money, the salary caps keep it a little bit more a level playing field.
I don't know if I agree with that one. Only because I'm looking at it from a totally different perspective. I'm looking at it from the idea that if there's a salary cap, there is no cap on how much owners can bring in. So owners, and remember, for all sports, there is sports betting. And sports betting gives each entity, each league, MLB, NFL, basketball,
NBA.
Right, all of soccer, gives them a portion or a cut. So they're getting a cut from betting, they're getting a cut from TV, they're getting a cut from streaming. However, they get those pieces of those pies. And players are going to be capped at the dollar amount that they can receive. I'm not down with that. And
We'll see what happens with that.
We will again keep an eye on that for you and share everything that we come to know. But again, remember their ability to play. Oh, and this is a perfect segue into the players' ability to play is based upon their availability, their good health.
Yes.
And if you don't have health, then you can't play.
That is correct.
So, having said that, I'm going to shift over to you to share with us one of our players in the NFL who's been adversely affected with ill health.
One of the players in the NFL, Chris Johnson, he was a 3-time Pro Bowler. Last year he was diagnosed with ALS. He was only 39 years old at the time of his diagnosis, and already he's using a machine to speak, so it must be progressing pretty rapidly.
It's otherwise known as Lou Gehrig's disease because that was one of the players who initially was diagnosed with ALS.
Yeah.
And yes, he is towards the end stages. He's using eye gaze. Eye gaze allows someone who's disabled and unable to speak to pick up the words. It's almost like a communication board, and based upon their eye gaze, it generates their voice, sounding just as their voice would, and allows them to communicate.
Oh.
And that's his situation at this point.
And he was recently on, what was it,
Good.
talking about it. So he is openly talking about it, and our prayers are with him and his wife. His wife initially thought it might have been football related, but
CT.
she just thought he was losing strength in his hands, and she thought maybe pinched nerve or something that from all his years of playing. But it turned out to be something much more serious.
We are lifting him up, and we wish the family strength and endurance.
So, our next topic.
What else is going on in the world of sports? What could have eyes all over the world watching what's going on in the U.S.? What could it be?
There was a lot of global heat.
Global heat?
It was in terms of football.
Football.
The FIFA soccer games have been going strong around, and our take on it. Let's just start with what interests us most, because we haven't watched a lot of soccer.
Because we don't know soccer, you all. We're not going to lie to you and play like we do, nor are we going to turn around and try and get educated on it. The only thing I can tell you is it can be extremely low scoring. It can be 0-0.
Correct.
And still the teams are able to progress. Perhaps we'll investigate.
So what interests us in soccer was their drip.
That's right.
The drip before the kick.
That's right, the drip before the kick. And the first one that caught my eye on that was the Democratic Republic of the Congo and their designer. We will insert the photo, believe you me, it will be there. Their designer is Alvin Jr. Mock, and suits are out of this world. It's an imitation leopard.
Yeah, with the leopard pen.
And it is exquisite. I believe it to be exquisite.
It did look very exquisite. And each team seemed to have their own fashion statement. There was a team from the Ivory Coast that had orange tie-dye suit jackets. And the other thing about soccer that we noticed, they just seem to have so much fun. And
some good-looking players. Have you all seen the young man out of Nigeria? Did you see him?
I did see him.
His name is Maduka Okoye.
And for you Chiefs fans, Okoye is a familiar name. We don't know if they're related, but we can remember. We once had our own Nigerian nightmare.
That's right.
Okoye.
And he lives in Arizona. He comes out here to Vegas quite often and hangs out any of the Kansas City football sports bars.
Yes.
You're likely to see him. We've had pictures taken with him.
Yeah. I saw him at an Arizona sports bar.
Okay. And he's a lovely guy.
So if you get a chance, look up Mr. Okoye, Maduka Okoye.
Very beautiful picture.
And here is the interesting fun fact. We've been watching the Fan Fest from the soccer games, and Kansas City has ranked consistently towards the top, say number 1, 2, or 3 as a number 2 in their Fan Fest. They have been having, it looks like a blast. If you watch them on TV, they painted the streets orange basically with so many people. Power and Light District has been rocking. So yeah, a lot of people doubted that city as a host city, but they showed up and showed out.
That's the way to rock it, Kansas City.
We're proud of you.
KC strong.
And what else do we have going on tonight?
Let's see. We've covered the drip. We've covered the suits and what we saw, the swagger. I believe that the one thing I did want to make sure and share with you all, two of the players coming into the league. One player is coming into the league. One player is going into college and will be here in playing for UNLV. And that's the former quarterback of the Philadelphia Eagles, Donovan McNabb. His son is going to be playing for UNLV.
So we might get a chance to see him.
Oh, that'd be exciting. I really loved Donovan back in the day.
Yes.
I was a part of his fan club.
These quarterbacks go way back.
That's right. The cuter they are, the more I like them.
And we want to highlight a defensive player.
Oh, yes.
He's an international player, UAR Bernard of the Eagles.
Yes. I saw that little clip, and if I can find it again, I will insert it for you all. He was just raving about his coach and how he views his Coach Clint to be a father figure. And I applaud that. Initially, I side-eyed it, but now that I think on it, you know what it actually reminds me of, Lynette? It reminds me of how many of the international players really appreciated Pop as a coach and viewed him to be more than a coach.
Yes,
So
I agree.
So I am excited that things are going well because it's hard. He actually didn't even start off playing football, right? So
And
it's a
quite a
learning.
few, that's quite a few of the international players had never played football, or if they did, a lot of them come in have been kickers or just doing other things,
Having played rugby.
but not American football.
Exactly.
And so we applaud him for that.
And you all, I believe that we have summed up everything that is FIFA and MLB. Let's go ahead and wrap it up with a NFL Black History fact. And I believe that, Lynette, you're going to be sharing with us a little bit of Fitz Pollard tonight.
That is correct. We like to make sure not only do we share the sports, but that we educate everyone about the sport and from its roots.
Exactly, from its roots in all aspects. There's not one ethnicity nor ethnic group or cultural group that defines the NFL. Everyone does.
Everyone does. So our player tonight is Fitz Pollard. Fitz Pollard was a college football star at Brown University.
In 1916.
He played halfback there. He was an All-American in 1916. And he was the first African American to earn first-team All-American honors. In 1954, he was inducted into the College Hall of Fame, which made history as the second black player selected for the College Football Hall of Fame. And in the NFL, he was also a trailblazer. First as a player, he became a player in 1920 when Pollard and Bobby Marshall became the first two black players in the NFL. In 1921, not only was he a player, he was a player coach, and he was named the coach of the Akron Pros, becoming the first black head football coach. From there, he also played quarterback in 1923. So that's how he made more history, because actually he was the first black quarterback in the league. But at that time, he was playing for the Hammond Pros. So apparently the word pro, it was the city name, and the pros is how they defined teams back then.
Oh, all right.
And he was very innovative, and he had a lot of hustle.
And I believe he was inducted into the NFL Hall of Fame in 2005, correct?
That is correct. And during that time, while he was playing, football became more segregated. So after he entered, they segregated football again. Therefore, he started his own team. And it was an African-American team, and they would travel around playing other teams in scrimmages and in games, mainly in the Midwest, but also on the West Coast. He was also a publisher. He was the first black who owned a tabloid in the city. So with that, I would just like for everyone to go check it out. Go look up, get more information on Fitz Pollard.
And we are so proud to have presented you with that NFL history note on Fitz Pollard.
So you guys, we're winding up for the evening.
Yes, we are. Make sure to like us,
share us,
subscribe,
and rate us
on Amazon, YouTube,
Spotify, Apple,
and any other platforms that you'll see the Spicy Girls.
And like us on IG.
That's right.
IG.
And chit chat with us. We love to share. We would love to engage with you.
We sure would.
Have a great night. Peace out.